binyaga na nakatira sa ating bansa at tayo gumarantya sa pamagitan ng ating pakikipagkontrata sa kanila, di ba mas lalong bigyan natin ang pagpapahalaga ang sarili nating mamamayan, Mr. President? Paano po papasok? Bakit po bigla na lamang nakukunin halimbawa ang isang mamamayan natin nang hindi natin ginagawa ang katungkulan sa ilalim ng batas na ginawa natin? Huwag na po tayong magbulag-bulagan, Mr. President. Alam natin, kung tayo po ang nasa kanilang kalagayan, nakikita rin po siguro natin ang takot na namamayani sa ating kalooban. Hindi po maganda yon, Mr. President. Kaya po kailangan natin sigurong pagsikapan, ayusin ang mga bagay na may kinalaman sa problemang ito para sa ganon matiwasay nating magawa ang ating mga gawain at sagutin sa ating mamayan. Justice to be legitimate must be both firm and fair. And fairness demands that before the irreversible act of surrender the Filipino citizen, any Filipino citizen be allowed to invoke the protection of Philippine courts. The tentacles of international prosecution touch our domestic sovereignty. This resolution does not obstruct justice. It does not shield wrongdoing. It simply demands that prior to surrender or extradition, a Filipino be given reasonable time to access the courts. Why should surrender to an international tribunal be treated with less caution than extradition to another state?
Grande Marcoleta, is recognized to sponsor the resolution.
Maraming salamat, Mr. President. Mr. President, distinguished colleagues, I rise today to sponsor the proposed Senate Resolution number 307, expressing the sense of the Senate to protect all Filipinos against extraordinary rendition and guarantee them a reasonable time prior to their surrender or by extradition from the Philippines to seek redress from the courts and avail of legal remedies. At its core, the resolution reaffirms what our Constitution already commands, that sovereignty and due process must never be subordinated to expediency, pressure, convenience, also political machinations. The rule of law must remain the bedrock of any functioning democracy. As the esteemed political philosopher John Adams once said, a republic is a government of laws, not of men. As is stated in the resolution, the 1987 Constitution guarantees that in all criminal prosecutions, an accused shall be presumed innocent until the contrary is proved, and that no person shall be deprived of life, liberty, or property without due process of law. Due process is not a matter of administrative grace, nor can it be reduced to a timetable dictated by urgency, pressure, or political climate. It is a fundamental restraint on power. It affirms that the Philippines, while a responsible member of the international community, remains first and foremost a sovereign state, governed by its constitution. But these principles remain mere words and aspirations, Mr. President, if the authorities in charge, especially the executive, are the very ones to abandon these fundamental doctrines. Ang tunay na tanong dito, Mr. President, ay simple ngunit mahalaga. May karapatan ba ang bawat Pilipino sa sapat na panahon upang ipagtanggol ang kanilang sarili sa hukuman? Because once surrender is executed, the opportunity for meaningful judicial intervention may become illusory. Courts cannot protect rights retroactively after the person is already beyond reach. Ang hinihingi lang naman natin, Mr. President, ay makatarungan at makatwiran, sapat na panahon upang makalapit sa hukuman at sapat na pagkakataon upang maipagtanggol ang sarili. This is not obstruction, Mr. President. This is not delay for delay's sake. This is the minimum requirement of constitutional fairness. Justice to be legitimate must be both firm and fair. And fairness demands that before the irreversible act of surrender the Filipino citizen, any Filipino citizen be allowed to invoke the protection of Philippine courts. This is not a defiance of international law, Mr. President. This is fidelity to the Constitution. Mr. President, the issue before us transcends personalities. It is not solely about former President Rodrigo Duterte, nor is it limited to the present controversy involving the International Criminal Court. What is truly at stake is the enduring protection of every Filipino, its constitutional rights whenever the tentacles of international prosecution touch our domestic sovereignty. This resolution does not obstruct justice. It does not shield wrongdoing. It simply demands that prior to surrender or extradition, a Filipino be given reasonable time to access the courts. Is this not the very essence of due process, Mr. President? Even under our extradition laws involving bilateral treaties, we do not simply hand over individuals overnight. There are hearings, there are remedies, there is judicial scrutiny. Why should surrender to an international tribunal be treated with less caution than extradition to another state? We have on record an existing Article 98 agreement between the Philippines and the United States, entered into force in 2003. This agreement is not obscure, nor it is accidental. It reflects a deliberate policy choice that the surrender of nationals, officials, and personnel to international tribunals of the U.S. is not automatic but conditioned upon state consent and the primacy of domestic jurisdiction. Ginong Pangulo, sa kontratang ito na pinirmahan natin sa pagitan ng ating bansa at ng Estados Unidos, sa pamagitan ng note verbal, at ito'y nagkaroon ng visa ng 2003, ginagarantiya natin na sino mang American national, official o employee kahit sino sila na nandito sa ating bansa ay hindi natin ibibigay automatic sa ICC o kauring mga tribunal kung walang consent ang Amerika. Dito lamang, Mr. President, masusukat natin ang pagpapahalaga natin sa karapatan ng isang mamamayan, Pilipino man o hindi. Kung pwede natin proteksyonan ang mga banyaga na nakatira sa ating bansa at tayo gumarantya sa pamagitan ng ating pakikipagkontrata sa kanila,